Hi everybody, it's Santina Doyle here from, where am I from? Calm down. From Solo Female Van Life Lessons. And this is an example of what I'm going to talk about today, being overwhelmed. So I was on a call today with other nomads, and there's a woman who expressed on the call today that she was overwhelmed. She was on the road in her SUV, traveling across the country with her 2 cats. She had just woken up, hadn't had her coffee yet. Her rig was a mess because kind people had given her things. The rig was unorganized. She wasn't able to get to what she needed to get to. She felt very chaotic in her being because of the chaos in her rig. And she was expressing that on the call. And of course, there was a lot of empathy, sympathy, compassion, and advice on the call today. And it raised for me this question: do a lot of us nomads, part-timers, full-timers, feel this overwhelm on a regular basis? And I would say we probably do. So on the call, this was even mentioned as a suggestion. The first thing I would suggest to anyone who is feeling that overwhelm, and this could be someone working at a corporate job like I am currently, or someone who's full-time on the road, either retired, living on Social Security or retirement plan or pension, or anywhere in between. I think we all feel overwhelmed pretty much most of the time. This stress that this creates in our lives is very harmful to us spiritually, in terms of the relationships that we can foster and keep and enjoy, in terms of our health. I think the adrenaline that we receive constantly, or the cortisol hormone that floods through our bodies on a regular basis because we feel overwhelmed, is probably very bad for our health. I'm not a doctor, but from what I've read, it is, and it makes us age faster, it gives us gray hair faster, it gives us, wrinkles, and certainly we don't feel as good as we could. It physically takes a toll on us. And so what was mentioned on the call today, and what I would highly recommend to any of you, if you're in a state of overwhelm, no matter where you are or what you're doing, unless you're driving, don't do this if you're driving. The first thing is to take a breath. Close your eyes, inhale, hold it at the top, let it out, exhale, and then notice how you feel. Close your eyes and notice if that inhale, that hold, and then that exhale releases some of that tension, some of that energy that you can feel coursing through your body, the tenseness of your muscles, maybe a feeling in your gut, or any kind of sensation that has a negative feeling. Just go ahead and do another breath. Feels good, doesn't it? The hardest part about this, the hardest part about overwhelm, whatever situation we're in, is that we live in that as a part of our existence in modern day society, and we don't really notice it. We're not conscious of it. We're not fully in the moment feeling that overwhelm and that tension and that physical energy. And I don't mean a good energy, I mean a negative kind of energy. The hardest part is to recognize it. Because it's a constant state of ours, we don't recognize it for the most part. I can speak for myself. I don't recognize it. Once in a while, I get a conscious moment, a glimmer of being in that moment and recognizing that tension and that stress and overwhelm. And I can consciously make an effort to stop, close my eyes, take a breath, hold it, let it out. Do that a couple of times and I feel so much better. And so what I would say to you is, if you are on the road and you are feeling overwhelmed, you don't know what decisions you're making, you don't know where you're traveling to next, you don't know what to do with all the stuff in your rig, you don't know all these big life decisions that you need to make. Maybe you're thinking about buying a van because your old rig died. You don't know whether to keep certain items or bring them with you on the road, where to travel to, who to see first. All of these large decisions. It's okay. Take that breath. And then when you are present and conscious and that cortisol and that adrenaline is not rushing through your body as much, you can calm down and really spend some time with yourself thinking about, what do I want? Because that's the whole goal of being a nomad on the road, is to be able to do what we want when we want to, right? That's what I want to do when I get on the road full time. And so the second step after taking that breath, after that conscious taking of breath and relaxing, is then to spend that time to think about, what do I want right in this moment? What do I need for self-care? And what do I really, really want? Sometimes it might be, I need to secure the stuff in my front seat so it doesn't fall down and impede my driving and cause an accident. But I don't need to clear out the stuff or organize the stuff in the back of the rig because it's not going to impede me in any way, and I really want to get on the road and get to a destination. And so you can then, without that cortisol and adrenaline, make that decision. You button up the stuff in the front, you leave the stuff in the back for later, and you get on the road. So that's my advice to you today as nomads, as wannabes, as anyone who's experiencing what I'm experiencing in this life, which is almost constant overwhelm or need for making decisions and feeling like I don't have the time and space and clarity of my headspace to make those decisions in a way that's good for me. And so my advice is just 2 steps. Stop when you recognize it, take a breath, hold it, let it out. Do that as many times as you need to until you feel that relaxation and that calm. And then focus consciously on a conversation with yourself. What do I need and what do I want right now? Make those decisions in that calm space, and then live your life and be happy. That's my advice for you today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you watching these videos. If you would like, leave me a comment as to what you would like me to talk about in these videos so I can give you my perspective, what I believe on whatever topic you're interested in. Thanks. Bye.